Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tito Clock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
That's me, I think. Yes, hello everybody. Hi guys, welcome to the show. It's Tito Clock and it's me, Tito James. And boy, we're sorry we're a little late, by the way. Normal tech dramas, but now we have pet dramas. Yeah, they say never work with children or animals. And today we're working with animals and it has slowed us down a lot, but don't worry, it should be a lot of fun because we have a very special episode where we're going to be talking to the people of Pause a little later on the show. I love that organization and it's going to be my first time to really talk to them, to understand what exactly they do and how important the donations that you guys kicked in for. Where is it going to go? What's it going to be spent on? And how do these help the lives of these animals and make the world a better place? All that's coming up. We also have a great little segment there with Epson because they've got a whole bunch of new work from home solutions, and I've been using a lot of their products. Of course, the printers, the projectors, and they have this new line that they want to talk about, and they're coming on the show in just a little while. But seeing we're a little late, we'll get things rocking and rolling pretty fast. Let's kickstart with just a few highs, hellos, and then we'll go straight into the headlines. So if let's do the quick highs and hellos. We got Mayan, wow, always present. Hi Mayan. We got Saul, Hart, Beth, Ragos, now watching. Ivy Maria, you like the background, the green screen? Thank you. Marie Soriano, Tito Clock is on. Flora Santillan, Fernandez, doing good. Dawn, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, throw in your location as well. So we kind of have a geographical picture of where you are and where you're watching from and all that kind of jazz. Is my camera going freaky? It's kind of flickering. Yeah, it's part of the tech dramas again. No Tito Clock would be complete without it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And let's find out the latest in headlines. For that, we need Chris. Chris, what you got there? What's up?
Hello, happy Friday, Tito James and my fellow Tito Clockers. Belated happy Thanksgiving. And here are today's news. National Task Force Against COVID-19 Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez Jr. said yesterday that Metro Manila mayors want their cities retained under general community quarantine until after the Christmas holidays. The mayors are concerned over the possibility of a spike in coronavirus cases should the national government place Metro Manila under a modified GCQ status. The National Capital Region is home to more than 12 million people and the site of nearly half of over 423,000 coronavirus infections in the Philippines. It has been under GCQ since July. The MGCQ is the most lenient quarantine classification wherein more businesses can operate at higher capacities and protocols on mass gatherings are more relaxed. Most of the provinces and cities in the Philippines are now under MGCQ. Galvez called on national government units to strictly implement health protocols during the Christmas season, as well as the restrictions on unnecessary gatherings and movements. President Duterte is expected to announce the updated quarantine classifications on November 30. The Mga Anak ni Inang Daigdig has started a reforestation project in Marikina to help mitigate floods in the city still reeling from the devastation caused by Typhoon Ulysses. Father Benigno P. Beltran, founder of the Environmental and Performing Arts Group, said on Friday that they are planting different types of bamboo along the banks of Marikina and its tributaries along the Marikina watershed, together with foresters and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR. DENR also gave Father Beltran 600 hectares to reforest. Beltran broke the news about their project last week in a Facebook post. The initiative is lauded by people online amid renewed calls to rehabilitate the Marikina watershed. Experts have said that bamboos are effective in controlling soil erosion and stabilizing riverbanks because of its strong, massive root system. Beltran said bamboo planting solves erosion and flooding, mitigates climate change, and gives jobs to people. He hopes that in 1 or 2 years, they will be able to produce engineered bamboo, a replacement for wood. job order and contract of service workers of the city government of Manila will receive 5,000 pesos each to ease their financial burden caused by the pandemic. Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso has signed Ordinance Number 8701, which allocates 49.8 million pesos in financial assistance for these workers. Domagoso said the funding will be sourced from various maintenance and other operating expenses accounts under the city's 2020 budget. President Rodrigo Duterte has extended the country's state of calamity status until next year due to the ongoing pandemic through Proclamation Number 1021. Domagoso said that the presidential proclamations enjoined all government agencies and local government units to render full assistance to and cooperation with each other and mobilize the necessary resources to undertake critical, urgent, and appropriate disaster response aid and measures in a timely manner to curtail and eliminate the threat of COVID-19. Walt Disney Company is planning to shed 32,000 employees by the end of March as the coronavirus pandemic continues to hammer its parks and resorts business. Disney, which employs around 223,000 people, had already announced plans to cut about 28,000 jobs in September. The additional layoffs were disclosed in a filing to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Wednesday. The media and entertainment giant warned that it may also be forced to scrap its dividend in the future and reduce or not make contributions to pension and retirement medical plans. The pandemic has slammed Disney's parks business, which has more than 100,000 employees in the United States. All 12 of Disney's parks in North America, Asia, and Europe were closed between March and May. While Disney has since reopened theme parks in Shanghai and Florida, its flagship park in California will remain shut at least until the end of 2020. Disneyland Paris was forced to close again late last month when France imposed a second nationwide lockdown. Danish actor Mads Mikkelsen will replace Johnny Depp as the villainous dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald in the third Fantastic Beasts movie. The movie, due for release on July 15, 2020, is currently in production at Warner Brothers Studios, Leavesden, near London. It also features Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Waterston, Dan Fogler, and Ezra Miller, among many others. Mikkelsen has recently appeared in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Hannibal, and Casino Royale. The first two Fantastic Beasts films were released in 2016 and 2018, respectively. Johnny Depp debuted as Grindelwald at the end of the first Fantastic Beasts movie, but played a much larger part in the second installment, which charts the wizard's rise. On November 6th, Depp posted on Instagram that he had been asked by Warner Brothers to resign from the role. The news was confirmed by the spokesperson for Warner Brothers. According to creator J.K. Rowling, there will be 5 Fantastic Beasts films. Metro Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, announced on Tuesday that there will be major changes in the previously announced lineup of the Christmas edition of this year's Metro Manila Film Festival. MMDA is the host of the annual film festival, MMF. Several films failed to meet the deadline set by the MMF due to the COVID-19 situation. These films include comedy flick Private Benjamin 3, The Exorcism of My Sisms, as well as Ang Mga Kaibigan ni Mama Susan. The 10 entries include Antoinette Hadaunes' Fangirl, the Dolly Dulu's The Boy Foretold by the Stars, Viva Entertainment's Pakboys, Takusa, and Mang Kepweng, Ang Lihim ng Banda ng Itim. Other entries are John Arcilia's Suarez, The Healing Priest, and Magicland, The Last Project of Peke Galiaga. Joel Lamangan's Isa Pang Bahaghari, cancelled during the summer edition in April, is now included. This was also the case with Mac Alejandre's Tagpuan, the Adolf Alex Jr.'s Coming Home, as well as Easy Ferrer's The Missing. The festival, which will run from December 25 to January 7, is going online this year. And those were the headlines for today. Brace yourself now, Tito James, because it's time to look at the inbox.
Brace yourself. Oh, what we got there? Show me. I'm a big
All
boy. I
right.
can take
First
it.
up.
Mm.
Okay. First up, you know this one. The first one is the 7 dead from drinking sanitizers.
Oh yeah, look, that's crazy. And it's
Yeah,
not
you
even the
posted
first
that.
time, right? Apparently this happened also in Russia. And then now
Oh,
this
is
one
that
was
right?
in Melbourne. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't
Oh wow.
have no words for this. This is really sad. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's next? What we
Okay.
got?
Next is the FJ Cruiser overtaking. This was a
Okay, I missed
post
this.
by PJ.
I miss this. I miss this. I miss this. What we got there? I can't see it because of that inbox thing. Maybe you can zoom
Yeah.
it up or
It
look
says
at it.
it says been in line for 35 minutes. Suddenly this black FJ cuts in. I've talked to the enforcers and they couldn't kick
Oh,
it off the line. Even when I told them I got it recorded on my dash cam.
I hate that.
Hanggang ganito na lang ba tayo, Pilipinas?
Yo, ganyan. No, that's serious. That really pisses me off because that's anarchy right there. That's a microcosm of everything that's wrong right now with practically society. You can't just
Yeah.
do that because when you allow that to happen, well, you everything goes out the window. I've always
Yeah.
been
Everyone's
just
gonna do it.
really everyone's going to do it, and you don't just not punish it, but you reward it because obviously this guy saved 35 minutes, right? the,
Yep.
the guy who cut in, and yet, so what's the incentive? As a matter of fact, you're creating the incentive to break the law. Don't get me started. Go ahead.
Breathe.
Breathe. Change
All
the
right.
topic. Change the topic. Okay, go.
Okay. Next up, you need to breathe for this because it's a video of a child at the back of the bike.
Okay.
It's a little baby.
Oh
There it
man.
is.
Oh
He's so
man.
cute, but
He's cute. Yeah,
scary.
it is a bit scary. I mean, I used to do that with my kids before. I had the actual seat that you could put, and it's so much fun for them. But I can't. I don't have a good look at that. That
But
seat
not this one.
doesn't look as safe. No, doesn't look as safe. It's such a tricky topic because you talk about road safety. Obviously, that's shouldn't be compromised, but some people just really have no way around, and they just bicycles the only thing they've got. It doesn't make it right, but
True.
trying to educate people slowly and say that these sometimes can cost you a lot more in the end. But I don't know the full story behind that. I just hope the kid's safe, and I hope I hope nothing
Yeah, me
happens.
too. Yeah, me
What else
too.
we got
I hope.
there?
Hopefully, he's strapped in. Really good.
Yeah.
All right. Up next is the Food Panda multiple order because of slow internet connection of the
Oh no.
person who ordered.
Okay.
So it's a 20-minute video,
Okay.
and they were all lined up
All right.
in front of the house.
Okay.
So
So what's the
I guess we kind
I
of
won't watch the
understand what
whole
happened.
thing. Okay.
There
So
you go.
oh no. So it was a poor internet connection. So now they
Yes.
have a stream of food pandas all going to the same person's house. Is that
Yes. Yes.
so? You mean to say, let's say the guy or girl ordered like whatever meal from
Maybe
whatever
chicken.
restaurant,
I think it's chicken if I heard it correctly from the video.
and like
And
multiple
then
shots. Oh my,
multiple times
oh my
he or
god!
she pressed order
Did you?
because there we
Oh,
go.
oh. So it's a user error, not necessarily
Yes.
a user
Yes,
error,
yes.
but
It's not a prank. It's not a prank.
oh
It's
my
an
god!
error.
But he or she is saying that the error is caused because slow internet. So they thought it's not
Yes.
accepting the order, and they kept on clicking
Yes.
order, and all of oh my
Yes.
god, that's a oh my
Uh,
god, that's like a
it
comedy of
actually
errors.
happened to me before with delivery. I was going to deliver something and then I pressed twice.
Mm.
Yeah, I was able to book twice.
You
So
know that
I
that
forget
happens a lot.
how
That
I
happens a
resolved
lot
that. Yes.
when you're stalking your crush's Instagram, and then you tap twice by accident, and boom, nag-white na agad. You're like, ah! Oh, oh,
Napusuan
oh,
tuloy.
oh, oh, oh. You're just trying to scroll, and
Yeah.
oh no, no, now they know.
Cancel.
Okay, hindi pwede. Because then they'll say Chris just liked your photo, then Chris just unliked your photo, and
Yeah,
that's it. You're in a hole. You're stuck. You may as well just
I know.
say you were hacked.
Panindigan na lang.
So I don't. How did that end up? How did the food panda thing end up? Did they compensate the restaurant drivers for what happened?
I'm not sure because I tried watching the whole thing, but it's in Bisaya. I
Oh
think
my gosh!
I think I'm not sure if the neighbors bought na lang the other food, or the person who ordered just gave it away. Not sure if
That,
that's what happened. Which one happened?
well, I
Because
hope it, well,
as per the
oh,
video, the others are taking the food from
oh God.
the delivery guys. So
Okay.
there.
Well, so
Hopefully
again,
this doesn't happen again. And
alrighty.
last up, you're gonna like this. There's
Okay.
a Grab PWD.
Okay. Well, I can't see
Yeah,
anything yet. Here we go. Oh, this
there
is
we
nice.
go.
Oh
Yes,
man, that looks like a modified little. Oh, this is so cool.
yes.
That's inspiring. I'm gonna share
I
that
know.
after. Wow.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, these
So
stories
no
are
handicap is
always.
gonna.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get you. I'm very very encouraged by that. Thanks. I hope that's how it ends. I hope that's the last one we see because it's on a good
Yes,
note.
yes. That's the
Oh,
last
I thank
one. Don't
God.
worry.
I thank God. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. You have
Thank you
yourself
so
a
much,
wonderful
Tito.
long weekend.
Yes, you too. Have an awesome weekend, everybody, and I'll see you again next Friday. Ciao.
Bye. That's Chris with the latest in headlines and the latest in the inbox as well. And wow, that was a nice way to end the inbox. That Grab driver, Grab food delivery guy shows handicaps don't have to get in the way if you don't really want it. Props to Kuya. I get it. Okay, now we're getting a lot of hearts, a lot of hands up here. Big disclaimer: this is not going to help the raffle. The raffle is obviously on the other side, and this is what we like to keep open for people who want to engage or talk to our guests, ourselves, or make a comment about the actual what's the content that's being shown. So if you're just putting hands and hearts up here, it's not going to help you at all. In fact, it's just going to make it a little worse for everybody else. So just try to keep the comments on the live stream about the live stream, and then if you want to get go for gold with the one that's statically posted on Facebook, which is the 10,000 peso giveaway of my personal allocation for Uniqlo, which is just one of the most fun things to do. Honestly, it never gets old. I mean, it's like Willy Wonka in the Toy Factory or Chocolate Factory, not toy, where you walk in and you can just, go and grab, and it's great. It's wonderful. I mean, you get a budget of 10K, you can get a whole new wardrobe in Uniqlo for that price. That's how reasonably priced they are. So, but that has to happen on the other page. Please don't do it here. Okay, so that was the latest in headlines. Those were some of the housekeeping rules. And X Woods is our guest in sort of, like in traffic, internet traffic. Yeah, it's kind of just stuck in some internet traffic, I guess. But we'll get that guest here very soon. Who watched the RC Cola ad? Did anyone watch that? X, did you watch it? Did you watch the RC Cola ad? No? Yes? No? Maybe? Stretch? Oh, look who's there in the corner. Look who's in the corner. Look who's finally coming and showing himself. Look who's showing himself. The cat. The cat showing himself. Hi, Miss Lynn. We have guests in the studio. Look at that. Real live human beings. And cats and dogs and everything. See? It's Tita Clock. It's real. You thought it was a green screen. Feel free. Grab. Just... No problem. So there you go. Yes, no, Brent, you're disqualified. Families, friends, and suitors are out. Sorry. Okay, so the background, yep, that's the latest LOE treatment. And just to make sure that everyone kind of knows what we're talking about, this is up here is all like blank space. So this whole thing over here, the brick wall, the ceilings, all of the engineering stuff was done by blank space. And then LOE came in and she did these wonderful things over here, like with the mural that she had over the TV. She did the beautiful picture wall, which you kind of see over here, but you can't see the whole thing. The whole kitchen was redone, and she did, I think, an awesome, awesome job. And yeah, it's the official Tito Clock Studio. So this is like the Tito Cave right now. And okay, so we have, now that we're kind of sort of racing against time because we have a lot to get through, let's kick over to our first guest for the day. Our first guest for the day, as I mentioned to you earlier, is going to share with us a lot of work from home solutions that Epson have been coming up with because, hey, it's a new normal, so they got to readjust, pivot, do things that, make sense in this new time, right? So bring him on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Ed Banoan from Epson. Woohoo!
Hey, James. How are you?
Ed,
Good to
I'm
see
pretty
you.
good. I'm sorry we don't have the intro music. We used the budget for the actual studios, so next time no lang, sir. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. It's really great to be here, finally.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I like your setup over there. That's supposed to be a new study man cave, right?
That's the
Pretty
Tito cake,
pretty
for lack
impressive.
of a better term. And I just got this weird orange funky chair over here, which X is sitting on. That's the Star Trek chair, very retro. And
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
rocket the studio dogs there, and there's a cat roaming around. There's a cat actually roaming around the studio today. But anyway, we came here to talk about a lot of the work from home solutions because Ed, you've been like a silent hero in my journey over Tito Clock,
Well,
because I don't know how much you know of this, but you being with Epson and all the stuff I've done with Epson over the years, but particularly during the pandemic, um, not just the printing, but I found new solutions in things like the projectors and their label makers. And I understand that you now are really pivoting, or at least trying to make that work from home space even more precise and more current to the particular times. Can you walk us through just a run through of what the mindset of Epson is now with these work from home solutions before we get into the products?
yeah. Well, there, especially now where we have the work from home situation, the magic of technology comes to play. And I think that we have a lot to offer for for people who are working and learning from home. So, for example, the printers, for example, the printers is something that we encourage people to use. We thought that maybe because of this pandemic, we thought that maybe the demand would be down, but it's not so. There's still a lot of printing to do, either whether it's for business or whether it's for the students that need to do their homework and worksheets and all of that stuff. And they're flying out through the stores, And then of course to uh, to round off work from home would be projection, So there is the projection, either for you are familiar with projections when you're in a meeting, but we've also been able to adapt, and we've found that some people have been able to adapt using their business projectors and actually using it at home. They've been using at home for either using it in place of their large screen TVs and projecting instead, no. And they've actually been able to transition also at night to watching movies and all of that. So there's plenty of technology to go around. Other than that, also we know that there have been a lot of homepreneurs. These homepreneurs, they do a lot of printing, they do a lot of labeling, for their products and all of that stuff. So there's quite a bit that we can do for the for uh, our home audience. Also, for the homepreneurs, we aside from labeling, we've also been able to do things like printing on textiles, printing direct to garment on either T-shirts. And I know that you are wearing a nice Tito Clock T-shirt over there.
Made
Perfect,
by
perfect.
Epson.
That's pretty.
This
That's
is one
right.
of the Epson ones, yeah.
That's right. That's right. There you go. So we have that, and then also we have textile printers. You we have these large format printers, and you print on heat transfers. You print on paper, and then you transfer it onto your garments, onto your textiles. So a lot of people have been using that to replace silk screening. No, you can do a lot more complex designs on your garments, on your T-shirts, on your sportswear using printers, no, versus silk screen. But we found that some people have actually gotten into this whole uh, pandemic thing, and they started printing out PPEs, protective personal protection. So that's something that some people have been going through, and we're so glad to support those initiatives for either the home or the homepreneurs or our regular business. No? So that's where we are right now.
Wow, that covers quite a bit. So actually,
Yeah,
it's the way you described it. It's the transition or the changes are also happening with your customers that they're seeing though that two for one thing. For example, the printers. Sorry, the projectors. This is traditionally something that you would use in business to do your PowerPoints and stuff. But because we're working from home, yeah, at the flick of a switch, that's Netflix, right? That's YouTube. That's a part.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's quite it becomes a two-in-one, right? You use it for business, and then you use it for your home entertainment, which is pretty good, no? So that's what we've seen some people doing. At the same time, also we came out with a projector, really for home users, no? More really targeted towards the home theater setup, and it's in a nice small package, no? And it now uses laser, which is the latest and greatest for the projectors. No, it gives you really nice, crisp, sharp images, and just to show you
Mhm.
how we've designed the thing for the home. We've actually put four rubber stoppers at the back of the projector, so you could actually project it
Yes,
onto your ceiling. You've
I've
seen
done
that, right?
I've
Yeah,
done it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've seen it. I have a
Done it.
massage
Yeah.
chair, and the massage chair is one of those ones that you look at the ceiling. So
Yeah.
I'm watching a movie in my massage chair. It's awesome.
Right, exactly. And you have usually at home, right? There's nothing on the ceiling. It's just a white blank screen, white blank canvas. So what better projection screen to use?
It is. It is a really cool way of doing it. Another thing that you ended up really helping me with is also why I wanted to share with people because a lot of people have been commenting about over here. You can't really see much of it from this angle, but that whole wall on this side is a photo wall. So from
Oh,
almost floor to ceiling, it's all different size frames. It's part of the design of the decorator. And the problem that we had was she had these big, to make up the design, she had the 20 by 30s, I think even 40 by 40s, and I couldn't find anywhere to print. So I sent it to Epson, and look, they
nice.
printed these big 20 by 30s and stuff like that. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of these, and it really solved the problem. So this is where I thought printing was dead, because it's a digital age now. You touched on it a little bit earlier when you said that, as a matter of fact, you've seen an increase in printing because what normally you would probably go out for, like if you're not a printing guy, if you're only printing once or twice, maybe a week or so, you might not justify your own printer. You just go down to the local store and get it done. Yeah, pre-pandemic, that was fine. But do you want to
Right.
risk it now for just printing a few documents? So now you have home printers that have catered to that market, to the entry-level printer market.
Right. Well, we still have our entry level printers now. These are like four color printers. They're still very vibrant, no? But we also have something that caters to the photo enthusiasts, more of the six colors dye kind of inks, no? Makes the colors come out even more alive. No, so these are the things that the photographers can actually get into, and at the same time also for the kids, no? For the kids, they can still use them for their learn from home stuff. That's Yes, it is something that a lot of people right now are taking a look at. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So everything's changing so fast. What's your number one seller right now? What's going crazy? Are the label makers going nuts?
Well, not as much as the entry level printers, desktop
Mm,
printers. It looks like everybody's been wanting to buy all of these printers exactly for both business and also for the students out there. They've been going nuts. So they've been flying through the shelves, and we've actually been it's been also a challenge trying to keep up with the demand. So the demand is quite up there.
Okay, so we got the printers, we got the projectors, we got the label makers. What is another thing you wanted to highlight with Epson in terms of product?
Well, in fact, I don't think I've really talked too much about the label printer. So we have a couple of models of label makers out there. One is you have these small handheld home labeling or office labeling stuff now with very small tapes. No, but at the same time also we have these label makers out there for more of the entrepreneur, more for businesses. So you have all of these things like what these bottled chili sauce or all of these new baked goods and all of that stuff. And what better to do for your own branding than to design your own and print from home. And at the same time, it becomes on-demand printing. So on-demand printing, instead of going out and buying, let's say, a big bulk of labels that you may not even be able to use, or it may spoil later on. This time around, you can actually print on demand. That's something for people to look out for, we think. And then also, the other thing that we're also quite good at are the scanners. No, so we've seen right now that there's a lot of scanning that people can't get away from when they start working from home. No, so all of these invoices or contracts that need to be scanned or signed, we're also seeing quite a big demand from that. So that's what people are looking for also. Yeah. There you go. You have
yes
on your on your video. Yeah, you have those
exactly
labels. There you go.
exactly.
And
So
here
these
you go.
guys, if they're
Yeah,
using these work from home, these homepreneurs as you call them, and you're printing your own labels, which is a very good idea.
yeah,
I think one last thing I wanted to touch on, which is important, is the importance of using the original inks, because if you don't use the
yeah.
original inks, what are we risking? What's the problem there when we don't use
Okay.
original inks?
Okay, that's such a good question, James. No, as you know, inkjet printers have nozzles in their print heads, and these nozzles are very, very tiny, very small, so that you can get the greatest detail out of whatever you print. No, so that being said, what you put through those nozzles is very important, and what Epson does is it goes through a very stringent quality assurance manufacturing process for the quality of its inks to make sure that it's pure. Now, the danger, if you do get other than original, is that these the inks can actually allow your print heads or the nozzles to oxidize, and when it oxidizes, you're in trouble. You know, you will have you will have nozzles out there that will not be firing, and you won't get the same quality. You'll come out with banding, you know, all of these stripes across your pictures or across your document, you know, and eventually it will start clogging up, and you're just gonna have to get a new printer, because these things, the print head, that's really the life of the printer, and if you don't take care of it, you might end up with not so good prints, no, disappointing prints. You may as well go and get another printer. So it's a small price to pay. In fact, our inks right now are are quite affordable, quite affordable. So
Yes,
there's no
they
reason
are.
not to go. There's no reason not to go genuine.
And
So
as you
there's
mentioned, yes,
yeah,
sorry. So it's a
no,
false economy. You're saving a little bit,
correct,
but in the long
correct,
run.
correct, correct.
And
That's right. It at the
one
same
more
time
thing I
also
wanted to add. Oh,
yeah, sorry, the longevity also of the prints is important, right? So that's something that you'd like to that's something you'd like to be to make sure that you have, no? So originals are very important. Originals are very important.
original. And when you
Yeah,
say, and one thing that's maybe not quite, not a lot of people might think of, but at the end of the day, what you're doing this for, if you're printing your own labels and stuff, is you're doing your own branding. And if that
right.
starts leaking and fading and looking like rubbish, well, that's the mirror to your brand. That's what people will
Correct.
think of your product. So it doesn't really help. But I see why the temptation. It's a little bit cheaper in the beginning, but you've already invested in the world's best printer.
That's right. That's right. And maybe I'd like to emphasize that we do have some. There's some ways that the end users can look for the original, no? At least distinguish whether it's original or not. So like we have a holographic sticker across the box, and we also, that's one. And then the second one is there's like a star. It's like a star that when you move it around, it sort of glitters. No? So those are the two telltale signs that you're getting the original. So make sure that the holographic label or the holographic sticker that you see at the top of the box.
That's it.
There you go. That's it. Exactly. Right on cue. Right on cue.
Galing ni X. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Right.
Well,
and there you go. There's that star. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Wish we had more time to talk about this. We have still some people from PAWS coming up. We got a raffle going on.
Right.
So we'll have to leave it there. We thank you so much for coming on and providing these work from home solutions and for empowering us as well, because, it is a new normal and we need new tools and repurpose the same tools as before. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me in your show. Thank you very much.
There's Ed Benoan from the marketing director of Epson, who I've been using ever since. Over at least 6 or 7 years now, nonstop, exclusively for my printers and stuff. So, okay, racing through this now because that little delay in the beginning, it's catching up now. So what we're heading for now is something that can only be done on a Friday because it's called Free Plug Friday. It'll sound weird on any other day. For that, we need X. X, what you got in the box there, X?
Actually have a lot in store once again, but before we go there, I just want to say hi to all of you bloggers. Welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday. All right, guys, feast your eyes on the screen. Tita James, we have another.
Let me guess. Wild guess. Total Stop in the Dark. Coffee.
Oh yeah, Cordillera Store offers 100% coffee that come in ground and whole variants. All right, they sent in these very interesting blends called the Tilty Pan from Sagada and the Santosa blend.
It's interesting.
Guys, I don't actually drink coffee, but Tito James, what would you try if, given a choice?
Go straight for Sagada. I don't know what to give about. I mean, I'll try it all. I like coffee. I mean, that's it. You experiment, try it all.
That's true. How can you go wrong, guys? It's also guaranteed to be fresh because these guys don't sell their coffee fast as makes its roasting date. Price starts at 230 pesos for the 250 grams and 330 pesos for the 500 grams. Hope you can check them out with the Cordillera Store on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Tyro Brew.
Sounds so good, like a coffee.
Definitely, James. There's no escaping from here. All right, Tyro Brew are coffee makers that hail from Quezon City that offer different cold brew flavors.
These are the flavored ones.
Yes, very good, and they come in small little bottles that you can take with you if you're a little bit on the go. Which one did you like among these, Tito James?
I like the hazelnut. The hazelnut was really good. And again, so was the white coffee. It really depends on your taste, but yeah, they're all really nice. Hazelnut was, I guess, my favorite first, but all of them were good.
All right, guys, they have other flavors as well. Hope you can check them out. Price starts at 90 pesos for their home brewed lattes, guys. Tyro Brew on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Purple Crumbs Kitchen.
I think I know this one.
Does the box look
Is
familiar?
this like a pecan thing, the caramel bar or something like that?
Pecan caramel bars, or the ones that you just instantly wiped out within less than a day.
Oh man, this you know when it gets serious when we start hiding the Free Plug Friday stuff from each other, because I hid the caramel pecan bars from X, thinking I was sneaky, and then it was only after that I realized there were ube as well, Spanish ube bread.
Yeah, and actually,
Which I never tried.
I mean, the bars were good, I gotta say, but what took home the award for me was their ube cream cheese bread. I've never had anything like it, I swear.
Pop it in the microwave, right?
Pop it in the microwave, see it melting, and it oozes, melts in your mouth. Just like
It's so different from the other ube cheese, because ube cheese is like one of the most fastest growing.
because this one had really real ube bits, and the cream cheese was really legit. It's like a perfect marriage. Two people were really perfect with that.
Are we still talking about Uber Eats or?
Oh yeah, okay.
Back to
Let's focus. All right, guys. Hope we can check them out because these photos don't do justice. I swear, you have to check them out. Purple Crumbs Kitchen on Facebook and Instagram. Next, Tito James, do you do salsa?
Oh yeah, tango, salsa, cha-cha. It's a very Tito thing. It's mandatory. All the steps. See it? I demo that.
Tito James, I was talking about if you do salsa with your chips.
Oh,
Right.
This is awesome.
Alright, guys. Parents Gourmet Kitchen offers all natural, fresh cut, homemade salsa together with some tortilla chips that are crunched to perfection.
The tortilla chips were particularly good.
Very good.
I mean, like, obviously the salsa is the main star, right?
Yes.
That's the main event, but if you get really bad chips so that you won't appreciate
And it just ruins the whole
so
experience.
are the chips like made by them too?
It's made by them too.
Okay, because it was a perfect compliment. It was like that with cheese pan, the sound marriage you was talking about.
It is like perfect also like for binge watching, whether you want to binge watch on your YouTube or Netflix with yourself or your family. This is the perfect snack for you. So Parents Kitchen Gourmet on Facebook and Instagram. Hope you can check them out. Alright, next. Tito James, what do you know about essential oils?
Oh, I know a lot about essential oils, especially after last night, the drama. The new cat who still has no name yet.
A nameless cat.
Nameless cat, because the vote will happen on Sunday. But yeah, Nameless cat was found fly trap. That little fur ball there, that smooth white Casper fur, got itself caught in one of those sticky ones. It was horrible. So it was a major panic. So I was like, oh no. So I started Googling and trying to coax it from under the bed because it was freaking out. And it said you have to use oil, and it gave you a list of oils, but you're doing this while trying to wrestle with a cat who's freaking out.
Oh my.
And so I grabbed that essential oil. Sorry, I wasn't designed for that. But it worked beautifully, and it saved the cat's life.
Wow.
The cat will not end up in counseling, I think, because of that.
All
Because
things.
it really helped you. Pull the fly paper up, but of course it's got a lot of sticky stuff. I just soaked it in that oil, essential oil. I feel bad because it's totally what it wasn't designed for, but I'm just saying that it was so
Just
good.
imagine
And
the
the
struggle.
smell was really nice.
Yeah.
So okay, I ordered a massage after this, after 8 o'clock. So at exactly 6, there's going to be a reflexology place coming in. I'm going to use those.
They come in different easy to care bottles, but of course for Tito James, he used it for his cat emergency yesterday. So you guys, you know there are many functions to it apart from it being oil used for muscle pain and skin problems.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Again, Root Elixir on Facebook and Instagram. Hope you check them out. Last but not least, we go to Defense pH. Defense pH is actually a line of disinfectant cleaners and hand sanitizers, such as their 70% ethyl alcohol liquid hand soap, alcohol-free foaming hand sanitizer. Did you just know what you're using right now?
I'm actually spraying it down because it's not an oil, is it?
No, I think it's actually
It doesn't feel oily. Like
Water-based.
Water-based?
water-based.
Well, I
Tito
spray
James.
it on my legs because sometimes, yeah, the flies can get pretty annoying around here. And so, yeah, no, this is really nice.
This is pretty cool. I would definitely want to have one of these with me all the time. Guys, hope you check them out. Defense PH on Facebook and Instagram. Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of Free Click Friday. Stay safe and drive for now, Tito Clockers. This is X. Peace out. Happy long weekend. Bye.
You caught me. You caught me with the chips. I'm eating the same salsa. Super stuff. Okay, that was Free Plug Friday. I better make sure I can that before the next thing kicks in. Here we go. Free Plug Friday with X. Thank you for that, X. Yes, really, lots of yummy stuff in there. I'm gonna have this tortilla with the salsa. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. Okay, we're wrapping up the show. We still got a raffle to do, but did we lose Rich? Is Rich popping back in? I saw Rich backstage, and he's probably going to pop back in because, of course, we did promise you that we would have a donation. Your donations that we did. We did a little fundraiser for the victims of the typhoon, and of course, not just two-legged people get victims of that. Four-legged friends are also sometimes in a worse shape and very vulnerable. So we wanted to talk to pause. But wait, where's Rich? Hang on, let me get. Here's that star now. Is the cat going to come out for this, or is the cat? they're dubious of each other. They don't trust each other at all. Yeah. So Rocket here has been getting very emotional about having to share his space with that very snooty cat. You know, the cat that got stuck in the fly trap. Yep. Rocket's. Are you hurt, Rocket? I think he needs some cheers. He needs some love. He needs some attention because he's getting a little insecure. You know, he was like, "What is this? What is this white little imposter coming in here trespassing on his place?" So they've had this little power struggle going on, but they're starting to at least get together. They're starting to at least talk or whatever passes as conversation for a dog and a cat. But yes, they're a little distrusting of one another, but at least they're not trying to kill each other. So Rocket, you're going to help out. But where is Rich? We had him backstage. Rocket, you can't eat the salsa. Sorry, Rocket. You know what? Why don't we do the raffle time first, X? And then we'll come back with Rich from Pause. How about that? Can we do the raffle? No raffle. There, yeah, Rocket is jealous, Mirna. And yeah, the poor guy, because the cat the cat's still adjusting, and the cat is so fat that the cat, because normally what happens, right, with dogs and cats, as you would probably know, there's always that natural sworn enemy thing going on. But what usually happens is the cats get away from the dogs because the cats are a lot faster, and the cats are usually they jump a lot higher and all that. Except this cat, this fat cat can't even jump from the chair or from the ground to the top of the couch. It can't make it. I know, I've never seen anything quite like it. So it's kind of scared because Rocket jumps higher and can get into higher places and is faster on his feet because the cat is fat. So we'll just let him. You know what? No judgment here. We're not going to body shame anyone, especially cats. So, X, what are we stretching here now? Can we do the raffle first, or are we gonna? What happened to Rich? He was there. I saw him. Rocket the raffle dog. Poor Rocket. His feelings. He's getting all. I didn't think I'd ever see the day where Rocket would get insecure, considering he's just loved by so many people. But there you go. A cat can do that to you. Okay. Casper does fit the name. You know, we're tossing up between Casper, Moscow, and there's a couple others. Leo, only because Leo was his birth name on his papers. So, you know, it's Alexei Leonov. And so there's the option of Leo as well, just to retain that. There's Moscow or there's Casper, a couple more floating around, but those seem to be the top three right now that we're looking at. All righty. So, X, we're running out of time. It's 6:02. We're going to have to do either the raffle or, raffle na lang, no? Yeah, raffle. Okay, X is buying time. She's like, we haven't quite got the software up there. Okay. Who watched that RC Cola ad? Did anyone watch it? Did you watch it? Did you freak out? It's bizarre, but I mean, I'm not like bizarre, but I'm not hating on it, right? I'm kind of just okay. Well, you know, if it's to get people talking, look what we're doing. We're talking, right? So I guess in that way it works very well. But if you don't know what I'm seeing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the RC Cola. See, there you go. It just shows marketing's working. Go to the RC Cola Facebook page or YouTube, or just type in RC Cola ad and see what I'm talking about. It is, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. And a lot of people were. Some people were saying it's like those Japanese types of commercials, a little Black Mirror-ish, very Men in Blackish. It's just, look, at the end of the day, it's a talking point. So, a lot of people were just Byrne says it's funny. Noel says it was weird. I don't think we got two people saying the same thing. I heard the cat. Is the cat okay? Is he coming out? It'll be a good time now because we've got our representative now from Pause joining us for the second time. But the first time was a totally different thing. Direct Rich. Hi, Direct.
Hey.
You know, Direct, it's so strange because you were one of the early guys on the show before, if you remember.
Yeah, but we were talking about live events.
And you know, all the time that I've known you, all this time that we've worked together, I think Rocket smelled the cat, so you're gonna have to excuse him for a second. He's
No
like, he
problem.
was fine there, but then he heard the cat's bell, and he's like, "Look, I got a job to do. I gotta go and terrorize the cat." So forgive him for a little while. So welcome to the show, Direct Rich. We've known
Thank
each
you.
other for a while, but on a different level, professionally as director, talent, host, etc. Yeah, my jaw dropped when I found out that I was asking for a representative from Pause, and you're it.
I'm it. No,
That's
I'm one.
awesome.
I'm one. Yeah.
Well, you're one of the. No, how long have you been there at Pause?
I started as a volunteer around 17 years ago. I just wanted to do, my share because you see all the dogs and cats in the streets, and sometimes you feel so helpless because you don't know what to do, diba? And then I heard about PAWS through some friends, so I joined their volunteer orientation program. Then I became a volunteer, and then I was helping out with fundraising and stuff like that. And then here, yeah, 17 years later, I'm back. I'm here, still here, and I'm now one of the board of directors, and I'm in charge of doing the campaigns and fundraising events for the organization.
Wow, how great this turned out for everybody. Can you tell us? I mean, most people I talk to, almost everyone is familiar with Pause, but they're not exactly sure what exactly you do. Could you run us through the importance of the type of work that you do and how it helps our four-legged friends?
Yeah, we're an NGO, so we're basically a non-government organization. We have a shelter in Quezon City, so we take care of 200, more than 200 animals, dogs and cats, who are all rescued from abuse and neglect, and we rehabilitate them, and then we look for new homes for them. So we adopt them out. We're one of the first ones that actually started the concept of animal adoption here in the country. And then we also do humane education programs in schools. We go to schools. We have a doctor dog therapy program where we visit cancer kids and other patients, and we have a program for them to help them recover using dog therapy. And for cases like what we experienced, well,
There's that one
2020
unique.
was a bad year. We've had so many disasters. So at the start of the year palang, during the Taal explosion, we were there because they were evacuating the people when the volcano erupted. So PAWS was there. The very next day, there were a lot of animals left because, unfortunately, James, the program of the government still doesn't include animals. So when they evacuate the residents, they have to leave the animals behind, even if they're your pets. They're not accepted pa sa mga evacuation centers and stuff like that. So when we got to to Taal, the Taal danger zone, there were a lot of animals there who were dehydrated and starving. So we also helped them with that. And now here, during Ulysses and even Typhoon Rolly in Albay, there's a lot of animals affected as well, not just people. So that's where we come in. We have
Wow.
very good rescue groups and humanitarian groups like the Red Cross who help the humans. So we come in to help the animals.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's big news to me. That that the government programs don't actually include animals, and so even if their hands are tied, if they were going to rescue a family, they'd have to leave the animals behind.
There's a limited
Yeah,
space dun
I
sa
get it.
evacuation center. So if you bring the dogs, they might affect the other ano nandun. So it really has to be prepared. If they're gonna include animals, you have to have a separate evacuation center for pet owners or just for the animals. Which is what happened in Taal. A lot of the farms offered their areas as evacuation centers, so we were bringing the rescued animals there. And then when the danger was over, the people picked up their pets. They went back.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got to wrap it up because we're a little bit over time. Very quickly, before Rocket hands over the money, it's over in. Just check your messenger, and if I can find that dog, I need to find the raffle dog. Hang on.
Your listeners for thinking about PAWS and choosing PAWS as the beneficiary for the fund for your fundraiser. Your donation will go to buying the relief goods, because we give relief goods to both the pets and the pet owners who are affected by the typhoon, and as well as to fund our team that goes out to rescue.
All right. Well,
the team is
raffle.
actually now back in Japan, so thank you
So
very much for your thank you very much for your very generous donation. It's gonna go a long way.
Well, this is from the Tito Clockers. Rocket's just taking credit for it because he's KSP, and he does that. But yeah, that is all from the Tito Clockers. We asked them, Rich. This was completely by accident because I just said, look, if it's your money that I'm raising, you get to choose your top three, because I don't know who's legit, who's not, and all that, and so many people doing fundraising, and you were in the top three, and so. There you go. That is, we divided it equally
to all
among
the
three.
pet lovers who are listening to you, who actually remembered pause and voted for us.
All right, we got to leave it there. Rich, thanks very much for all the wonderful work you do. God bless you, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, James, and I hope we get to work together soon.
We will. All right, that was Rich Illustra from Pause. And next up, we have our... I'm not sure if I still have the music here for that. Do I have my music there? Do I have my music? Come on. Yes, I do. Come on, Rocket. You know what to do. You got to press out 4 names. 3 names will be for the coffee that we're going to be giving away. That's just from today. That's just from Free Plug Friday. So how awesome is that? 3 winners for that. And the last one, make sure you take note of what's what. The last one is going to be the 10,000 Uniqlo voucher. Now, we'd like to thank our friends from Liu Gong for their support for this. They've sponsored our raffle. So thank you very much, Liu Gong Philippines, for all your heavy machinery needs. These guys have been supporting us for quite a while, so I hope you can support them back too. In the meantime, Rocket, you know what to do. Boom. It's tense. It's tense, Rocket. It's tense. There's 3 individual prizes here. There's Tina Lauren Garcia Lau, Jean Carla Perez, or Jean Carla Perez. The last of the Cordillera coffee goes to Flora Agnes Clemente Russell Stone. And the big one, Rocket, you know what to do. We need you. Anne Lim! Congratulations, Anne. You are our big winner for the Uniqlo 10,000 peso, a shopping spree. So I will hopefully see you there. If it's in the kind of within the same vicinity, I'll join and pop in, and I'll say hello with you and go help you shop. But for everyone else that joined, thank you so much. We really way over time this time, but we thank you for joining us. Wow, big crowd, over 1,000 people still tuned in. So thank you very much for that. Rocket and Moscow, which is a temporary name right now, say goodbye. They are all overwhelmed from trying to steal the love from each other. So he's tired. He's got to go to bed. And I'll see you guys next week. Till then, be kind to one another and wash those hands.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile, while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk a while.